Okay, now, a couple of things. If we move from this position where this corner, sorry, is pretty well lined up with this edge of the laptop screen or frame or whatever you want to call it. From that position to the position where I'm having trouble getting right from left because the screen's reversed, but I'll get that yet. Okay, from that position, well, let's get it there. Okay, from that position to this position is about a quarter of a radian. From this position get it? You see what's lined up? We're lining up one corner of this with the edge of the laptop, the edge of the laptop frame, if you wish. From that position to this position, where it's again lined up, is about 4/10 of a radian. And then from this position, well, let's get it right. Okay. Trying to coordinate too many things here and keep them at the right angle. From this position to this position is about a third of a radian. And that's pretty easy. I'm just measuring the approximate distance along the arc. I'm actually measuring a chord of the circle, but the chord is pretty close. The length of the chord for small angles pretty close to the distance along the arc. If the distance along the arc is 30 centimeters, then that's equal to a radian of motion. It's actually about 32 centimeters. Okay, so the first one I measured about 8 centimeters of motion along the chord, which is about 8 centimeters along the arc. And it's about 8/32 radians then. Similar measurements for the others, and they're not real precise. But it gives you some basis for estimating average velocities when the thing is moving pretty slow and has some sort of alignment with the edge of the frame here. So you can use that to help analyze this motion. Of course, we could hook this up to an interface and get really pretty good results. I think it only measures at increments of maybe on the order of a degree or 60th of a radian. But that's still good enough for a lot of things. But at some point, we're better off actually just observing the thing face to face, because at some point, the precision of the interface isn't sufficient to make good estimates. All right. Anyhow, there we have it. And just to give you a little more information, if you can take it, I'm just going to give it a spin here. It's not going to lose too much velocity during this spin. So you can kind of determine where it is at a quarter of a turn and even at an eighth of a turn and 3/8 and 5/8 and all that stuff. And that might give you some information. The time it takes to go from this position to back to this position, where there were two different alignments that corresponded to something like close to a radian of rotation, might be useful to you. So that's all we're going to look at, though. Very good. You have some instructions and we can go from there.